What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to explain to you the theory on side decking for bigger events like YCSs and whatnot, or even regionals. So, as an example, I have like a zoo deck here, since that's the most dominant deck in the format right now. Or I should say the zoo engine, to be precise anyway. You know, the standard thing is Zodiac, like auto top, win. I just go win because infinite pluses, not infinite, but there's a lot of pluses you can get, especially if you go with the Black Sheep builds. And Coach King, like an extra deck. There's a lot of pluses. Right here is just like just a teched out like variation of what I would imagine be a popular build, more or less, in a sense, for like a YCS like contestant or something like that. And the way we decide against this, let's say we're playing a more subpar deck, is like something DDs. More times than not, they're gonna run my body's a shield or something like that. And you gotta think of what to counter against the deck. In the right mindset, normally you just say, oh, ha ha ha, I'm a side in dog hole. And more times than not, that should be enough to win. Like, if you go bull weapon dog hole, then you're fine. But what if they have to, I bet it's will. Would Booker's clips be better? Because it doesn't wipe the fields, but it does flip them all face down. Those are just some of the things considered when you're side decking. You just gotta think in their head, what do they have? What do you think they might have against you? Keep in mind, this is for more of a competitive mindset, more like siding is counter siding to that. Siding in general can get very, very difficult. And on top of that, you have to think about your main deck engine. Alright, when you siding cards out of your deck, exchange for your side deck cards. So you gotta think, what can I take out of my deck which would not be relevant in this matchup for a card that will be relevant? Let's say you're going second, and you just think the way your deck is, it's just old ski, just a control beatdown deck. You're just gonna control the game and just win that turn. It wouldn't make much sense to keep like traps, like a lot of traps main deck if you do have them main deck. So ideally you want to side them out with something like Cosmic Cycle and Switches to just get things out of the way, if you can just end the duel right there and then. But as a counter argument, the game may drag on depending on what they have on board or what the deck does. So you gotta think about, alright, so I'm gonna side out my side, so I don't think they'll be too useful going first. Going second. So what I may keep in is a terrestrial cheapio, maybe like a Veins Anthony's do you have in main. Other things to consider. Another thing to consider is when you're siding, you gotta think about what if you go in time and whatnot. Why would you keep Upstart main? In the time game, we have Upstart. That 1,000 life points could cost you a game. Like, it's just insane. Like, you want to do as much as you can to put yourself at an advantage in front of your opponent to win in time. And just giving them the 3,000 is not worth it in the game when you gonna go. You have a chance to go in time, or you are in time. It just doesn't make sense at all. And the thing is, you have to know your matchup, and you have to know the specific decks you're trying to counter. Right now I have Zoo because it's the most dominant deck in the format. It's the deck you should side probably the most to. So you want to side board wipes in general. As an example, this is not like a video to say how to side against Zoo, ha ha ha, blah 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 blah. But what I'm trying to say is get in the mindset to like side for your deck and think of the answers. The average player is not going to think about my body as a shield as a good card in the main deck. They think, oh, that's side deck, stuff like that. Well, until the YCS winners topped or fail, you see all the people like topping the YCS Atlanta without explaining, oh, it is a good card because it's good against the Kaiju matchup, the Kaiju Zoo matchup of War Rice in general. So they have it main now. But you gotta think about most people miss the time in it. And it's good against Ghost Ogre and whatnot, but I don't want to get too much depth about my body's shield. I'm very good at sidetrack as is already. You gotta think about what kind of build you think people are gonna take to the event in periods. So you don't think they're gonna have all these cards teched out. Like, you see this build is very, very personalized. As you can see, like There's of course the classic Zoo engine, with some of the pressure text is you cut backward to 2 instead of the classic 3. Zodiac to Thoroughbred. This is a standard ratio, so I'm like not standard cards in the build. You gotta think, what is the most standard build? You gotta build your side deck around the most standard build of the deck you're trying to side deck against. So in general, that's how you win games. You don't side, like, you just don't side against decks in the way you do as a super competitive environment. Same thing as locals. You wouldn't really plan to side against Zoo at locals unless you have a highly competitive locals. So you gotta think about it. If you go to a regional or something like that, you gotta think about it like that. What do I expect to see? What kind of level of players do you expect to see there? You gotta just build around. Like, if you don't think you have a high level of players in the area, you might want to build sub casually. Just play against cards you think they may have available to them, or they might have. Of course, you gotta keep in consideration the best decks at the time, but you gotta keep in consideration the level of players around you. The average level of players of the majority of people you go play against in the tournament. As you go higher and higher, you run into people who pretty much did the same thing, more or less, who were ahead of the curve, like you started against accordingly. And to think about it, like, in a nutshell, you just have to, like, see a standing build something and just play around it. And it's, yeah, just build around a little rogue a little bit in general. If you go to a low tier event too, just have the mindset, well, this is where I see the average. I might lose to this, but it's haha, whatever will be most relevant to you, that you're most likely to see, you should side against. Zodiac is the more dominant deck, so obviously people probably playing the shit out of this. And you look at all the pie charts, Zodiac takes so much of it out. It's not funny. Hence the reason why I'm putting Zodiac here, and hence the reason why I'm playing, like, I'm posting this teched out build. Like, this build is like a really teched out build. And from a higher level player, they would play something similar to this in a sense, or completely different. I'm not saying this is standard build at all. This is not a standard build. This is like I teched out, like, in the drafts. I'm out building this, but this is something for, like, fun for, like, Zodiac tournament, something like that. But still, you gotta think, like, what are you gonna play against the specific event? What kind of event are you going to? What will be relevant? What cards have a place? What cards have been proven? Look at past formats for the answer. So let's see if I expect to see a lot Golden Mirror. Played a lot in the mirror. Instead of deciding, like, Raigeki and Book of Moon, what I may do is just side in Book of Moon. Well, I haven't main, so I decided in 2 Book of Eclipse, something like that, because that's the matchup. And from a highly competitive standpoint, Book of Moon would be better than Raigeki and Dark Hole overall, just because flip all them face down. Oh, there you go. You can say the same thing about Kaijus. They don't really trigger anything, so Kaijus on their own would be better than maybe, in a sense, running Kaiju engine. Even if, but you can have the same argument as they have it. If they don't, they don't. So Kaijus, since they don't trigger anything, could be a viable answer. Like, you never know. They have it. It's dependent on how you calculate the skill of the player. In this scenario, I'm planning to play against highly skilled opponents. So you want to think ahead of them how you go build against them. But typically, Raigeki.co would be better against average player who would not be able to respond as well as a high level player. They have. Well, you just keep everything in consideration. Fake Lancia. For the Inferno matchup or the Elan matchup, this card is extremely versatile because you can use it during your opponent's turn if you have it in hand. So there you go. An alternative is Iron Imperial Wall. Oh, Imperial Iron Wall, whatever it's called. You could say this, Chaos Hunter, which would be most versatile for the event. And what do you plan to go against it? Let's say you lose against Infernites. You're probably going first. So you have the three options. Do I side Lancia or Chaos Hunter or Iron One for the then? Typically I would say Lancia just because you can turn it on your opponent's turn. But then you can make the argument of the Iron Wall. But at the same time, you can make the argument if they have MSD as an example, they could blow it out. So, in a lot of scenarios, in theory, Lancia is better. You could say Chaos Hunter is good as well, because when your opponent was special summon monster, yeah, but you have to wait for your card to do it. It's not as reactive as Lancia. So, in general, in theory, this is just my theory. Someone with a high level of me, who's watched this video for some reason, I don't know why they would watch this video, may have disagreement with me. But for whatever reason, in theory, Lancia is a very reactive card. That just is better in some regards. Or Chaos Hunter. But you gotta think of the mentality, like what's gonna be better for the purpose, or who do I expect to play? The Kaiju server are been tested and proven they're good. They don't re-trigger anything. The only thing you have to worry about is back row. Same thing with Denko Sekka. This card is very, very good as well. Against the Paleo matchup, Paleo just won YCS, was it? Atlanta. So you may expect to play against Paleos. This is a really, really good card to just have against him going to first or second. This card is very, very good. If you get it on the field, Paleos cannot pray. And typically it's just, oh, Raigeki is .co. You gotta think, will this be worth it? Should I excited him to go first or second? This card's very good going first or second. On contrast to Warrior Decree, where you have to go first, second. Which would be the more dominant answer? Side note, you could be like, screw that, just run Twin Twister. But the same thing is going first or second. Like, can you deck Facilitate or Cosmic Cyclone or MSD during the Paleo matchup? Which would be more versatile? Cosmic Cyclone bans the traps. It can't be like they're not sent to graveyard anymore. So that sucks. But the name again is like Denko Sekka. Denko Sekka overall is the better option because you gotta think about it. You have to have this is a side deck card where they have to counter side too, so it's like it's good, especially if they make you go, if you go second and summon this on your opponent and like they can't play if they're playing Payloads. You gotta think about which will be the better card for this scenario. You gotta also keep consideration what cards you have on you. You just have to understand like what you play against. For like side decking in general, it could be a very tricky thing. This could be a whole video segment on its own. I just want to give you my thoughts on side decking in general and what you should do to give yourself an easier time. But anyway, guys, I'm Xus. I already ran on long enough as is today, so peace out. I gotta go to bed. It's pretty late. See you guys. Have a good night. Hey guys, it's Xus. Like what you see, leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell to keep up my latest and greatest content, guys. Peace out.